Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at Survived, or Survived 2 as it seems to call itself here, even though I believe this is just a second build of the original version. This is a first-person survival horror sort of FPS made by a Russian indie developer, hence why the menu here is in Russian, that seems to be mostly working in the Crydev 3 engine, which is not something you see a lot from small indie devs. Usually people going with FPS Creator or Unity Engine or whatever. So this may look quite a bit better than some of the other stuff I've covered. This is also freely available. You don't need any, Crysis or anything to mod this in. This is just CryEngine. Though it is a little bit of a pain in the ass to download because you have to register an account with the Crydev, since this is a developer version. But other than that, it's pretty freely available. So let's get in what I assume is the menu. I think this is the brightness slider. I have no idea what that does. Let's just go with the defaults, I guess. Yes. Nope, never mind. Yes. Ah, I see. Wait. So if this is options, and this is options, and this is quit, then why are there two options? Because this is resolution, I guess. Resolution and full screen. Welcome to Let's Play menus. So I assume this is what? Sensitivity. And then these are two things that are both set to no right now. Yeah. Alright, well, let's just get in here. And this is episode 1. This is supposed to be a multi-episode or even open world. I'm not really clear on that. There are two different downloadable versions of this. This is the newer one, which says it contains playable episode 1, which is a little confusing because the other one is playable as well. So I don't know if the other one is more of a less goal-oriented open world sort of thing, but let's go with this one. I believe the first episode is called Deadly Silence or something along those lines. I'm sure one of you can probably translate what it said on that loading screen. Or just actually look at the page that I'll have linked. Though I have no idea what this says. I'm assuming it's something about maybe playing with the lights off with headphones or something like that. Oh. I don't know what that flash was. So, from what I understand, pretty much everything in this game is in Russian, but it is not a major detriment, because I guess there's not a lot of reading required. I'm guessing these are news reports about bad shit happening. I believe this is a game about a zombie apocalypse. So I assume we're just a normal guy that wears shoes to bed and clothes.
Еще один дерьмовый день. Кстати, нужно проверить ходячего, которого я запер вчера.
That guy's got this really crappy apartment, but then he's got his computers here is pretty decent. Nice wooden desk for it. What? Is that like the only part of the window that's not filthy? Or is there a hole in the window letting in the blinding light of the sun? Alright, let's see. E and Q are lean, and F is probably interact. Alright. So we have ghost zombies. Judging by the fact that his bathtub and sink are full of water, I'm assuming that this apocalypse thing has started already, because that's something you do once you have to start worrying about the taps going off. You fill up your bathtub and stuff so you'll have some water. Also, wow, we live in a really empty apartment. Maybe we just moved in? That's why there's still boxes in the bedroom? I don't know. Can I jump over this? And this leads back to the bedroom. Alright. I guess we're, I believe the setup for this is more that, yeah, there's already a zombie apocalypse, and we have to leave our apartment finally because we're running out of food.
Ну как ты, мертвый мудила? Ты, я надеюсь, понимаешь, что ты гость в моем доме. Так что будь любезен. Закрой свой рот.
Alright. I guess Mr. Spooky Zombie here is just gonna stare at us through the little hole.
Как же я хочу есть. Нужно добыть еды. Ну как ты, мертвый мудила? Ты, я надеюсь, понимаешь, что ты гость в моем доме. Так что будь любезен. Закрой свой рот.
So you can re-trigger that event. How do I get out of my apartment then? Can I, like, stab something through the hole?
Как же я хочу есть. Нужно добыть еды.
Nope. Okay, I guess we're going out there. So we came from that void. I assume our house is back there or something, and that wasn't actually an apartment. But we've now gone through the back, and I guess we're gonna just head out into the world. It's weird that these are in English. I assume this is meant to be set in Russia, right? So, looking at this, this is an Apache, so maybe not. But yeah, just off the bat, this does look good for a single-person indie project. Which, you know, CryEngine's a powerful engine. Not to say that you can't make a good-looking game with Unity or Unreal, but it takes a bit more work, I think. Which, again, not to detract from the work put into this, just that it's a better starting point, I think, for a better-looking game. So, things don't look too bad. It's one of those restaurants from State of Decay. I assume that might be... Alright, we got some reused Left 4 Dead sound effects. Which I think we also had in the apartment there, but I wasn't completely sure. But anyway, horde sound. Those restaurants there with the giant glass window thing on the top, are those the thing in the States? Because we definitely don't have those here. I assume it's attributed to a particular chain. Alright, so all the zombies ran away. It seems we've got a bit of an open run here. We can sort of just look around. We're not being funneled in a specific direction. In fact, we are just back behind the fence that we jumped over. Hopefully they don't fall through the ground or anything over here. Though we do have another apparent indie problem for first-person games with footstep sounds. Sounds like I'm constantly walking on gravel here. Or concrete, I guess. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be back here. And now I'm a lot more sure we're not supposed to be back here, so let's just return to the ride, as it were. Again, this is still in development. This is not any sort of a finished project. How did I even get over here? I jumped through this window. Okay. So yeah, I assume you're not actually supposed to be able to get in this building. The Netro bus. What do we got playing in the theaters at the end of the world? Clowning around. Lathe. Can we cut through the movie theater? No. Alright, another auto repair that also has the texture missing here. No, we can't drive this tractor, can we? Did the light bulb just explode but not go out? Man, we probably should have brought a flashlight or something with us, because it is dark as dicks in here. I think there's a door here, but I guess it doesn't open. Alright. I believe that is not the same helicopter. Also, if it's a zombie apocalypse, why are there helicopters that have crashed? That never really makes sense in zombie fiction. It's like, yeah, there's zombies, so everything is exploding. And getting shot down. And there are just tanks in the streets.
Ah!
Oh god. I created some sort of physics avalanche there and got crushed by cars. I don't know if you saw that, but I sort of like bumped one of those taxis and it just slid into me. Alright, so go here. It's gonna be an explosion. Or bit saved after that. There's grass growing inside the bus. Alright, hop over here. Hop. Oh, wait, no, can't hop in here. Okay, so you gotta watch out for these cop cars. I mean, it really looks like I'm supposed to go through this window. door through here, I guess. That works too. Resident Evil door opening sounds there. I mean, if you're looking for food, this is probably the first place to check, right?
Эй, ты живой? Не вздумай вставать, ублюдок.
The zombie fellow kind of looks like a vampire with his squished nose. Okay, this ladder is just not real. Can't, like, interact with it from a distance, no. Not appear to be anything valuable back here. Alright, I guess we'll just... I guess we'll just get punched through a window and run away. Those two actually look a lot like the two of the special zombies from State of Decay, the big bastard and the screamer.
With uncountable severe emergencies in all counties, Georgia's cities and their current level of disaster are as follows. Atlanta, Stage 9 catastrophe. Augusta.
It's even weirder that this is in English after all that Russian.
Columbus, Stage 6 infection zone. Savannah, Stage 9 catastrophe. Athens, Stage 8 disaster. Sandy Springs, Stage 7 outbreak. Macon, Stage 9 catastrophe. Roswell, Stage 9 catastrophe. Albany, Stage 9 catastrophe. Once again, Savannah is now a Stage 9 catastrophe. With uncountable severe emergencies in all
They mentioned
counties.
most of the, well, they mentioned a few familiar zombie apocalypse towns there. Savannah, Georgia, the beginning of Left 4 Dead 2, as well as, I believe there was another zombie apocalypse thing that had to do with Savannah. I think it was The Walking Dead, where you go to Savannah at some point. They also mentioned Macon, which is, of course, Lee Everett's hometown, which you also go to in The Walking Dead, chapter 1 or 2.
With uncountable severe emergencies in all counties. With uncountable severe emergencies in all counties, Georgia's cities and their current level of
Apparently I can't
disaster
take
are
this
as follows.
sledgehammer.
Atlanta, Stage 9 catastrophe.
Oh, and of course Atlanta.
Augusta, Stage 8 disaster.
Also Walking Dead.
Columbus, Stage 6 infection zone. Savannah.
We've alerted the Horde. Man, he punched those guys so hard that they just vanished. Let me guess. No gun. Also, the mounted gun vanished. So there's that. I suppose that's one problem with borrowing models. Just gonna ignore whatever that is. Hey, look, another Left 4 Dead sound. This is one of those sirens you have to turn off during a running Horde event. area, so it's maybe not as open as I thought. We are kind of just being funneled now, but honestly, that's not such a bad thing. Especially for an indie project where... I don't know what that flash of red was. Where, you know, not a lot of people to devote to making all the elements of an open area. So it's easier to make a more polished product that is a linear product than something that is, hey, wander wherever you want. The guy just show up to be a dick. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna punch this card for you. Okay, I'm done. And then he slowly strolls into a shopping cart. And then he starts eating the shopping cart. Okay. It's a good thing he didn't, you know, break through these windows or anything. Maybe he's just being a dick because he's also hungry, you know? He just wanted to get in here, me hungry. And then he accidentally jammed a shopping cart into the wall because he's so fat. Not a shopping cart, a car. Alright, so there's food here, but I guess not the food we came for. Can't pull it like a Zombieland. Just take a cart and start filling it up. You know, I bet they don't have any Twinkies here. I was gonna say it's a good thing the power works, but I guess the power doesn't really work. Someone was just nice enough to put out all these little lanterns. What? What did I even trip over? Oh, was that just a shopping cart scene? I need you to clean up all the blood in aisle 5. Another one of our customers tried to eat another one of our customers again. I can't tell if I did that right. Or did I die? Well, there's the developer, Adzov. Or is it Adrov? I'm not really sure. It seems like a fancy R, and in other things he uses Adrov. So again, I'm not sure if that was the end of the first episode or I just died.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
I don't know if this is just going to be the same thing looping or what. And yeah, I'm really not sure if I died there, if I pressed the button and it ended anyway. I assume I died and it didn't count the earlier death, because I got crushed by physics and that wasn't scripted death, so the game didn't know what to do and just dumped me back where I was. But yeah, maybe this is sort of a one-life thing. Which is a little annoying, but if you make a beeline from the start to where I was, it won't take very long. But anyhow, that's survived. Seems like a neat thing. I'm not sure how far in this goes, but it's definitely interesting to see someone working in CryEngine instead of the, I guess, other more readily supported engines But anyhow, I'll throw up the download link for this on IndieDB, and again, you'll have to register on CryDev to actually be able to get this in, because it will force you to log in when you try to launch the game, and there's no way to launch it other than to log in. But yeah, it seems pretty neat so far. Maybe not very interactive
Еще
yet,
один дерьмовый день.
though I believe
Кстати,
you are supposed to get a
нужно
gun
проверить ходячего, которого я запер вчера.
later on, so it might just be the early parts where you're kind of just running, which is neat. I don't think anyone's really done a game that kind of goes from, you know, Amnesia Outlast style to more of an action-y style, except Alien Isolation, which I hear gets a bit more action-y with the flamethrowers and stuff towards the end. But yeah, this is neat. I might check out his other two games, Scare and Scare 2, which, despite not being very particularly creatively named, are kind of interesting because they are also first-person horror games set in a CryEngine-based game. So I might take a look at those. And yeah. I've been Shadefire. This is Survived, or Survived Episode 1, and I'll see you all around some other time. Until then, you folks take care.